I've got a booking worth over $1,000 this weekend, so I thought I'd show you what goodies I'm providing this couple with. Now, if you don't know, I host guests in a romantic couples retreat, a farm stay on my North Canterbury farm. And I'm talking about the yummy treats that I'm leaving for them as part of our nightly rate. So this is a booking.com booking, and if you've watched me before, you may be aware that I'm not a big fan of the booking.com platform from a host's perspective. But for a 3-night booking, this actually will turn over $1,080 is what we're going to make from hosting a couple for 3 nights here in our little 5-star farm stay. So not to be scoffed at, I'm very happy with that. It does mean though that I'm going to be supplying more provisions than usual. So I'll show you what I'm leaving out for them, and I'll also tell you what it costs me. Okay, so one couple, 3 nights, they're here for a wedding, so they're going to be eating out quite a lot, but I want to make sure there's plenty of options for them for breakfasts and brunches and things like that. So we've got a 4-pack of bagels. Now I've also done 4 slices of fruit toast that I'm going to pop in the freezer, and I've dated it 13th of December, so they know it was put in there fresh today. I've got my homemade pancake mix that's very, very popular. I've done a video on it that's had over 300,000 views. So if you want to see that, check it out. It's pinned, and all they need to do is add water to activate this, and you get the fluffiest, yummiest pancakes. I've also got the usual, some homemade muesli, some rolled oats, and then in my little mobile cart here, I've got other things like some instant coffee, brown sugar, normal sugar, hot chocolate, oil, and plunger coffee. There's also up here, there's a couple of ranges of teas. Now, because we are getting temperatures of over 30 degrees at the moment, I've included 4 ice blocks, 2 raspberry and 2 lemonade, because you're never too old for ice blocks. Now, I've also got a little fondue set, so I leave out some marshmallows and a block of chocolate. Because it's a 3-night stay, I'm going to give them 6 eggs laid this morning. Still thankfully intact. I've made that mistake a couple of times. And then for dairy, these guys said they were happy with just regular cow's milk, so that lets me know I can also give them cream. I love cream in my coffee. I have every morning a big plunger coffee with cream, so I figure I'll offer the same to my guests. And just a litre of regular milk. Now, normally I decant this down into a nice little glass jar because I like how it looks. But I've posted other videos on here about how I decant things down into smaller containers. And it's been very interesting hearing how many people wouldn't touch things that have been handled or not in their original packaging. And I think it's not a high majority. Definitely the majority of people are more than happy to eat things that I've touched or decanted down, but I am bearing it in mind. So for things like milk, an absolute essential, and they're gonna have a whole litre anyway, I figure, well, I'll just leave it in the bottle this time. Now, we have also got a block of butter, or a wedge of butter. That's probably 100 grams. And then I've also got maple syrup to go with the pancakes, a nice jam, and a honey. Sometimes homemade jam, but not at the moment. Now, I am also leaving them a selection of cold drinks. So these, it's 50-50 whether or not these get touched. Just a couple of cans of fizzy, only because those were on special. A bottle of sparkling water. The water here is wonderful to drink, but there is the odd person who prefers to have bottled water, so I leave one. A bottle of juice. And then this. Oh, I've got to put a fresh bottle of bubble bath out. Now, we've got 3 bathtubs here, which seems ridiculous for a little accommodation unit this size. So there's 1 clawfoot tub in the bathroom. Let's take a look. So 1 clawfoot tub there. And then we've also got, this might not show up so good, outside we've got 2 more outdoor bathtubs there under the Milky Way. Absolutely beautiful. So we go through a lot of bubble bath. I'm surprised actually at how often I'm replacing the bubble bath. Maybe I need to figure out a recipe on how to make my own. All right, on to the fruit and veg. Now this bag I will reuse as a recycling bag for guests. So I just pop a paper bag down there for them to put their recycling in. So it's nice and easy for me to dispose of. I missed one final item of dairy, so we've got some yogurt here, a nice jar of natural yogurt. Okay, on to the fruit. So because it's a 3-night stay, I will give them 2 bananas, 2 apples. This is not all going to fit in my little fruit bowl actually. And then I've also got 2 tomatoes and an avocado. So they've got lots of options to have with their bagels. Finally, I do a little local magazine. So these guys are from Australia, and it's nice for them to have the opportunity to read up a bit on the area. Now, because it's Christmas, I am adding some little Christmas stockings on either side of the bed. Now, I want feedback on this because I've done something and I'm not quite sure how it sits with me at the moment. So, little Christmas stocking, and in here I've got a candy cane, a chocolate Santa. Oop, that is pre-packaged, not a fan, and a dollar scratchy. I don't know, I've done this and I'm sort of going, should I have done that? Now the reason I'm having second thoughts on it is you don't know who your guests are and their history. So something I don't do is provide alcohol for my guests, which is something I know a lot of hosts in the sort of slightly higher price bracket like we are, $350, $360 a night. A lot of them do provide complimentary alcohol or a bottle of wine or something in the fridge. And I don't do that because you, like I said, you don't know your guests and whether something might be triggering for them. And so I'm very conscious of that. And now I'm wondering if I've actually put a foot wrong with the scratchies. So please let me know before 3 o'clock, please, when these guests arrive. Should I leave the scratchies in the bag or not? Is it promoting gambling? I don't use them myself. I don't gamble. I kind of see scratchies as a bit of harmless fun. And as I say that, I'm thinking, So because this is a 3-night stay, I just change a few things, like I give 2 tea towels instead of 1. So I'll hang the second one here, and I'll give them a second dishcloth as well. I still only do 4 towels for a 3-night stay, and I just leave a little note saying, let me know when you want fresh towels. And so far no one has asked for extra towels, so it's working. Okay, floors are mopped, air conditioner is on, it's hot. I can seal this place up now and tiptoe out, and then I've got to get the leaf blower to clear the patio outside because it's been so windy. There's leaves and straw everywhere. Clean the outside baths and mow the lawns. So I will just get it done before the guests arrive. So I'm going to do a separate video about the difference in income we're going to make with this being a 3-night booking.com stay versus if it was an Airbnb stay. So we actually make an extra $80 with it being through booking.com. But I'll do it in a separate video because it'll just add too much length to this one. But if you're interested in that sort of stuff, then check out the other posts that I'll pop up. I talk a lot about the finances and the turnover and all the ins and outs that come with running a farm stay Airbnb. Oh, and weddings. I do weddings too. Hear me, algorithm. So to recap the numbers, that stay is worth $1,080 for 3 nights for 2 people. It's costing me about $50 in consumables, and that is through booking.com. I'm also listed on Airbnb, and I also take direct bookings via my website, thestarlinghomestead.com. 5-star rustic accommodation in beautiful North Canterbury, New Zealand.